2. You're listening to MMA Oddsbreaker. This week we have every fight he comes on here and always has some kind of hard line that makes the soundbite, makes the interview worth it. Last time it was calling Rampage weak and fake, and he really doesn't want to fight again. And of course we have King Mo on. He's getting ready to fight Cheick Kongo coming up here on Bellator on February 27th out in the Mohegan Sun Arena in Connecticut. First, Mo, let's talk about Rampage. He left and is on a UFC card now, but is he really gone from Bellator? Do you think they're gonna let him out of his contract?
I have no idea about the situation. It don't worry me. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he really wants to fight. To be honest with you, I think he says certain things that sound cool, like put me in exciting fights. Okay, that sounds cool. Everybody wants an exciting fight, but to me, it sounds like put him with the guy that I could possibly beat. That's what it sounds like. Because if you were to fight somebody that is better than him, it wouldn't be exciting because he'd get beat. Put him against Pat Cummings, he got wrestled. Put him against Cormier, he got wrestled, beaten up. Put him against OSP, same thing. Bader, Phil Davis, same thing. The thing is, the top guys at 205 have a wrestling base, so they're gonna lose them all.
Yeah. There was no match that they can put him in almost the top 8. But they can put him in where a guy's not a wrestler that's not gonna take him down and lay and prey on him, that he's just gonna come back with his normal line of stop putting me against wrestlers because all they want to do is wrestle. It doesn't make any sense.
And the thing is, he wants to fight Maldonado. Okay, fight Maldonado, but I guarantee you this: like the Glover fight, he'll shoot first. Because when he fought Glover, he went to take Glover down first.
Yep.
And Maldonado will sting him. I'm training with Maldonado right now at ATT. The man has great boxing. Quentin doesn't even have good boxing. He just swings wide, and with the MMA gloves, you have to risk getting clipped or anything. But Maldonado will sit there, tag his body. It's like he might lose the first round, but he'll come back and clean him up the second and third, possibly stop him with body shots.
And that's kind of how I see that fight going, to be honest with you. And Coker, obviously, the head of Bellator, has been very quiet about it. His last statement pretty much was, we can't talk about it. We're letting the lawyers handle it. We'll see what happens from there. He might even get the fight in UFC. He might have to come back to the Bellator to fight again just because of the way the contract works out. And that's one of the things that's always disturbed me about fighters today is that I understand complaining because the money is low. I get that, and I understand complaining about how you want to go make more money someplace else. But you also are aware of what you're getting, what you're signing when you sign the contract. You're also aware of how long you're supposed to fight and how much you're going to get paid for it. So guys trying to jump out for a better heyday to me is just stupid.
Well, yeah, he plays dumb. He's not dumb, but he's kind of dumb. And it's easy. I don't know what's going on with the contract. I don't know anything, but I just think that he's happy as a person. I think he's always looking for better.
Yeah.
He's always looking for better. So you can't satisfy everybody. And unfortunately, MMA's changed. When you're fighting, you guys are underpaid. And we're getting paid a little more than you guys are. Well, probably a lot more than you guys are getting paid, but we're still underpaid. And the thing is, it could take, I'll saw you fight, and then now I'm fighting, and it's going to take, generations, probably another generation.
Yeah,
to where they get paid like stars.
Yeah, for sure. It's gonna take at least 2 more. 2 more generations where people get paid like stars, like Mayweather, get paid like Mayweather does. That's how it's going to be, and how Pacquiao does. That's just what it's going to be, and that's the state we're in. But I regret not making more money. I regret not winning the big fights, but I don't regret being a professional fighter. I don't regret the money I made because that was what I signed to get. That's just how it goes, and I'm okay with that.
And two, I look at you like a pioneer for all the wrestlers because, when I was coming through, I looked at the wrestlers. You were part of the Raw team, and for me, the Raw team was where it's at. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the elite teams, first elite teams I ever saw, and I seen the lineup, and I was like, man. And to me, every time I talk to you, I look at you like you helped pave the way for me and other wrestlers in the game.
I appreciate that. And it's Henderson was one of those other guys too that helped pave the way, and he's still fighting. And of course, Couture was the most famous of the group, and he's obviously retired on. But yeah, it's wrestlers need to have another venue besides the Olympics. Not all of us can make the Olympics. Not all of us can make the world team, and we had to find something else to do. And hopefully, it's more guys jump into MMA. As a whole.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about Cheick Kongo. He's your opponent on February 27th. He's
Yeah,
6'4",
but
you're
you know,
6'0". He's 22-9, you're 14-4. I mean, it's on paper. This fight can go. It could be you could take him down or hold him down, or it could be a slugfest if that's what he wants. I mean, this fight can literally go any way that it goes. How do you see this fight actually happening? Do you see it being more of a ground battle, or do you see it being more of a tactical battle on the feet?
that's the thing. I have no idea because I'm training for it to go one way, but it might go the other way. So I've been training for 3 different scenarios. Now, the thing about Kongo is his takedown defense is getting better. He's bigger, longer. He moves pretty well, but his takedown defense is getting better, so I have to chain wrestle. On the ground, he's actually gotten better. He's improved. So, I just can't hold him down. I have to work and do some damage there, because I'm smaller. And I have to be smart on how I go, how hard I go, because I will be pushing around the heavier man. So that tends to wear on you. He has about 30 pounds on me.
Yeah.
So, but, scenario-wise, my goal is just to keep him guessing and do what I have to do to get the victory.
How much are you weighing right now? Because obviously you fight at 205, but you don't weigh 205 all the time. You're obviously a little bit heavier. So what are you weighing right now?
I'm usually, for me, about anywhere from 212 to 215, 216.
And did you try to put any weight on to get ready for this fight, or are you just going to stick at that 215 mark?
I tried to, and know what the funny thing is? Man, I was eating and drinking nonstop. I was eating and drinking something every 3 hours. I hit 220 for the second or third time in my life. Worked out, the strength training worked out. I was back down to like 213.
Oh, jeez. So that's your weight. But remember,
Yeah.
Couture was fighting at 205, talking about the history of the sport, and then he would bounce up the heavyweight, and he was always a smaller heavyweight, but won very well. And then when Lesnar came in, the format of the heavyweight look kind of changed, where everyone was like super big and really athletic. And now, of course, with Cain Velasquez in there, these guys are like mid-sized heavyweights as far as size go, but very athletic and very explosive. What do you put Kongo in there? He may weigh, 240, 245, 250 in that neighborhood, but do you see him, like, stature-wise, do you see him as a big heavyweight, or do you see him as a middle-sized heavyweight?
Well, he's a big heavyweight because of his frame, not because of his muscle mass. Like, he's well put together. His frame makes him big, but he's not like a Brock Lesnar, Cole Conrad, Steve Mako type, because those guys are big because they're, like, very dense.
Yeah.
Kongo is, he has good muscle mass, but he's, like, longer and rangier.
Okay. Now, are you having to do special things to work with that long range of a man that's put together that well?
Yeah, that's what spar with guys like, Bigfoot, this guy named Augustus Sakai, Roy Jones Jr., who's an MMA fighter, not the boxer. There's a few guys at 6'5". I had my boy Boogie, Muhammad Abdul Fattah, who's a Greco World Champion. He was here for a few days. I was pummeling him. I'm trying to bring Adam Wheeler in. He's an Olympic bronze medalist.
Yep.
So I'm trying to, with me personally, I like to bring in like wrestlers, guys, especially the Greco guys. Freestyle guys I can, but they're so busy with traveling. But the Greco guys, their schedule tends to be more fit. So I'll try to put my hand on the Greco guys, and bring in a few boxers if I can, or bring in a few guys that simulate my opponent's body type.
Traditionally, what's it cost to bring somebody in when you want to bring them in to train with you? Do you have to pay them is there a flat fee? Is there a per day, thing? Like, how does it work?
I just talk to them and see what they want. Some guys are like, hey, Mo, I'll come, just decompensate me for what I missed at work, or hey, Mo, just fly me out. I'm cool because I've never been to Florida, or, I would need to get away. I'm going to try something different. Boogie has family here, so Boogie came here, and he has family here, so I was like, he was like, don't worry about giving me anything. I just want to see my family, so he just came out his own dime, So I'll try to talk to a lot, but if they want, if they want to pay their own way, then I'm not going to stop them.
Yeah,
but
right.
I try to fly them out,
Yeah.
But, it depends on who it is. And
is there a guy that you ask, hey, will you come out here and help me? And his fee was just so high, you're like, it doesn't make any sense to bring him out. Like he kind of put himself out of the game.
I've had it happen before. Like guys that I want $10,000. $10,000. Okay, let me get back to you. Dial tone.
Yeah, like that's just people don't realize, man. It's tough. Like no matter how much money you're making, and I have no idea what you're making, Mo. I don't look at the numbers and all that stuff. But whatever you're making, is it traditionally half of your take home pay is gone to your manager, your agent, your trainers, your training camp? Like if you look down and look at the fees, is it pretty much 50% of whatever you're bringing home is out the door to somebody else?
And not to forget, the guys you bring in, like, it's like say being a wrestler. Now, I'm probably not going to use it for jiu-jitsu because they probably don't have good jiu-jitsu if they're a good top game. But even then, you know, I won't use it for striking or not much for sparring. It'll be more for just situations pertaining to wrestling. So I might use them 3 times a week, hard, 2 times so hard, maybe 3 times a week. But, you know, not that much as I should because I have to focus on other aspects of the game.
Right. Yeah, so it's expensive, you know, to bring these guys in. A lot of guys try to price themselves out, and then you still got to worry about it. So it's, I can't even imagine. Like in my day, we didn't even bring anybody in. We didn't make enough money to bring anybody in. It was the guys you had around your group, the guys you were training with, and that was it. Good luck. That's all we had. So.
Yeah. It's different because wrestling a lot of times, like, you know, the guy you train with could be the guy you face in the finals.
Yeah.
You know, there's times like, you know, like when you were Byron Tucker, you guys were training in the same room.
Yep.
You know, sometimes at the same time, sometimes different times, the same coaches, and y'all could wrestle each other's first, second round of a tournament. You know, in wrestling, there guys I train with every day, and I see them like first round overseas or semifinals or finals. You know, so you know, it's just different. The mentality is different as far as wrestling. As wrestling, there are no secrets. Like Coach Jackson told me, he said, "Mo, there are no secrets in wrestling. A shot's a shot. There's no secret moves. Everyone has a gimmick move, but if you just watch film, you'll know how to beat it." You know, in MMA, people tend to act like there's secrets. You know, there's no secrets.
Yeah.
You know,
no, it's all somebody else. The only secret in MMA is that there are no secrets. That's the only real secret. Is like, look, guys, we know it. Like wrestlers know it. There are no secrets. We all know. Same high crotch, same double leg, same jab, same cross, same front kick. Yeah. We all know it. We just got to figure out how to beat it. Talking about Byron Tucker, we trained together for a very long time, and then Byron ended up being a national champion at the University of Oklahoma. But then afterwards, we wrestled at Dave Schultz International Open in the Memorial Tournament, obviously named after Dave Schultz, who the movie Foxcatcher is about. And I had to wrestle Byron in the finals. And I beat him that match, and then I got the OW for the tournament for beating Byron, you know, in that tournament. And then later on in that year, we had to wrestle the Olympic trials. We wrestled off each other in the Olympic trials, and he beat me 6-5. And that's just how it goes. This is a guy we trained with. He was younger than me. I was one of his coaches, and then wrestlers just have to battle against each other all the time. Just how it goes.
Let me get you cross-lift him. Did you cross-lift him? Because you had a mean cross-lift.
Yeah, I cross-lifted the crap out of him the first
You and Ben Arsdale had the best. Like, you and Ben Arsdale, I've never seen, like, people cross-lift somebody like y'all two. Y'all two are the best cross-lifts probably in the world at that time.
Yeah, we were, I actually got to I won, like, 3 or 4 major tournaments. Like, I beat, like, the top guys in the world because I was, the match was close, and I was up by a point or down by a point. I'm shooting, and all of a sudden they shoot, and I cross-lift and get the win. This is how it worked out. Yeah, it was great. Yeah. That's how I stayed in the match when I lost to Byron. Is that I was losing I think I was losing 4-0. He took another shot and I cross-lifted him twice and made it 4-4, and then drove him out to be up 5-4. I was winning, and then he caught me and I stepped out of bounds right when they changed the rules. I circled and I didn't realize I stepped out of bounds. I went to circle and he pushed me out of bounds, got smart, and then I stepped back in again and he drove through with a leg and put me on my butt and got 2 points, and I lost 6-5. I was so mad. But yeah, that's how it goes. Hey, speaking of fighting other guys and competing against other guys, is there anybody at the ATT team right now that because you guys have Lawler and you've got Woodley, and those guys have said unless it's title fight, they'll fight each other. But otherwise, they're not going to fight each other. Yeah. Is there anybody in the room that you're not going to fight unless it's a title fight that you're training with right now?
Well, at the weight class, no. But Steve Mako will be someone because me and Mako will battle. Like, I wouldn't want to fight him. Probably because he's big and he's a beast, but second is because I battled Steve at Oklahoma State when he was the coach there. I battled with him for 5 years at the training center. I wrestled him for a challenge match for money, and he's at ATT, and we train together. And that's one person, I'm like, man, I have the utmost respect for Steve, and that's somebody I really want to fight.
And that's a guy you've been trained with for 15 years. This is a guy you've been with for 15 years. Yeah. It's like, hey, go fight your next door neighbor. Like, I grew up with this guy. Why am I fighting this guy when there's 87 other guys I can compete against? I don't need to fight Mako right now. Unless it's for big money in a title fight, then of course you can shift that attitude a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, Mo, I really appreciate you coming on here. It's been great talking to you again. Can't wait to see you fight Cheick Kongo. That's going to be a great fight. I think it's going to be a lot of high action, a lot of energy. Is there anything that you think that Cheick is trying to do right now that's going to be different? Because you did say he's been doing, he's better on the ground. He's got his stand-ups getting better. Do you think he's looking at your tape and he's going, okay, I have to do this particular thing to beat you? Is there anything that you think that he's got going on right now that he's trying to train just to beat you?
I think he's going to be the same. I think he's going to be more aggressive, quite possibly. Probably more knees, more kicks. I think he's going to be more aggressive because they're looking at me like, hey, well, Mo fought Clinton, and I think he knows I beat Clinton, and he's like, well, I can't, even though Clinton got the gift, he's thinking like, hey, him and Clinton are friends, so he has to beat me too because, me and Clinton fought. So I think it's like a little extra added, pressure on him because he doesn't want to look bad losing to a guy from a different weight class.
Oh yeah, that's right. The old wrestling adage, you never want to lose to the guy that's the weight class below. Yep, never want to do that.
Nope.
All right, Mo. Appreciate it, bud. Have a great rest of the day, man. We'll talk to you soon.
You too, man. Thanks, bro.